Hello, ladies. Once again, this is Ebony Phoenix, Auntie Ebony, coming to you with a letter that I penned myself, that I feel should be shared. So sit back, get a cup of tea, glass of wine, water, smoothie, whatever you got, and we'll get through this, okay? Here I go. Dear Ku Klux Klan, comma, alt-right, comma, neo-Nazis, comma, the elites, and racists of all political stripes. How are you? It's Auntie Ebony here. And I have a letter here that I would like for you to read or listen to. And here goes. Okay, guys, don't be pressed by the Black American population, because like you, they are so misogynist that the demographic as a whole is not prospering. They're not prosperous, and they haven't been prosperous for a very long time. Why? Many reasons. Multi-layered, complicated reasons. Nah, not really. They're not that complicated. Now, your policies have not helped, but mainly, get a load of this. Black males are doing the absolute most to decimate their own community. Let me say this again. They are doing the most to decimate their own community. And like I said, your lovely policies don't help anyone, least of all the Black community. You see, guys, Black men kill Black women at a rate of 3 times that of other communities in terms of domestic violence. Black women often die of gunshot wounds, and they know that 92% of them know the perpetrator. Ask the CDC. Now, you guys might as well just take a vacay or get a brewski or go hunting. Go to a spa, have a spa day. A mani-pedi won't hurt you guys, right? Also, a vacay could be useful, right? Now, we don't make families. I'm sure you guys have noticed this. Black men marry at a rate of 29% anyway, and most of those marriages are not stable. Black with Black marriages are very unstable. Black male interracial marriages are also extremely unstable. 77% of our children are born out of wedlock. Lots of baby mamas around. 92% of interracial pairings with out of wedlock also, it's a bad sign too. So they're coming in your communities and making babies, making copies, and they're leaving, just like with the Black women, but just more often. They've always sold drugs to their own community. And as you know, A lot of them are going to jail for this, that, and such. Now, here's a new thing. Get a load of this. Now, Black men have decided, to get rid of mama and baby so that he has no problems with, I don't know, child support. They'll kill the pregnant girlfriend or the pregnant mistress, and they'll kill the baby too. Ah, these guys are great, aren't they? Um, so they're killing the girlfriends and the babies. These women are the fertile women in the community, and they're ending up dead quite often. They're finding these women at their baby showers. She gets out to get the pregnant, get the nice presents, and boom, boom, she is no more, and the kids no more. We don't care if we go to jail for a double homicide, but damn it, there's no child support to collect, right? So even if the baby makes it out of the womb, I mean, think about it. I mean, they're killing the girlfriends and the babies. I mean, who throws a 2-day old into the Mississippi River? A black guy, that's who. Yep, there you go. And some of them just get mad enough and they kill the woman and the kids outright. You know, kill their own kids, other people's kids. They don't care. So that's happening a lot. I want to let you know. So you guys take an extended vacay. Get those nails done. You know, iron out that sheet you got going, that uniform you got going, or whatever, because you have outsourced the decimation of the Black community, and the Black men have taken up the mantle. I mean, when you think about it, most Black neighborhoods are very unsafe, especially the ones that are poverty stricken. And why are they poverty stricken? Well, the Black community is not so hip, especially the fellas, on doing the school thing or getting job training thing or being disciplined enough to do it. Everybody wants to rap. Everybody wants to give you their mixtape. If you see that mixtape, don't take it. It's probably trash anyway. Black children are abandoned at very high rates. We've known this for decades, right? And they're unsupported, unprotected. They're in unsafe neighborhoods. And who makes these neighborhoods unsafe? It's the Black men and boys. Let's just be honest about it. But I'm going to say it because if you guys say it, they'd call you racist, huh? Okay, let me do that one for you. Now, we all know that there are many, many reasons for this, okay? Black male self-hatred. Everybody wants to talk about the self-hatred. Now, there is Black male self-hatred. It's pretty bad. It's some tough stuff. I mean, and it runs deep in the Black community or collective. It manifests itself as colorism. Now, colorism can be seen all over the world thanks to Europeans. Woohoo! Yeah. But anyway, many communities of color practice colorism. So basically, the total mind fuck took hold, and it is still here centuries later. So, Black children are poorly educated. None of them really, a lot of them really don't have any support for education. That is changing, but slowly. When I was growing up, what the hell are you going to school for? Having a baby as a teenager was a rite of passage. It was a mark of distinction that I didn't want, but a lot of girls fell into that. Oh, and think about this too. Black girls are victimized. There's a high number of them who are victimized sexually before they even reach 18. All that trauma they carry with them their whole lives, having Thanksgiving dinner with the perpetrator most of the time. Nobody cares about the girls. And the girls are having the babies. Right, right. Now, if she doesn't get bumped off by her girlfriend, by the boyfriend or the husband, the ex-husband, whomever, and she lives and the baby lives, they still don't have much of a fighting chance if they stay in these neighborhoods, if they stay in poverty. Yeah, yeah. So I wouldn't take so much credit for this, guys, because the black men are doing the mostest, you know. Kids can't even have a carnival without gunfire in Detroit or Atlanta or Baltimore. Name your city. They are doing the most to hurt themselves and their community. Now, let's not even get on the number of them who are in prison, in and out of prison. Some of them, go to prison so often, I think it's like a second home. Okay. So everyone bears some responsibility for the uplift of the community. That is most of that responsibility is in the black community. Yes, there can be some things that remove roadblocks, but the black community can do it for themselves. They have the ingenuity, they have the know-how, but women can't do it alone. And you've seen that. Goldman Sachs has seen that. People are trying, but the black community is cannibalizing itself, and they have been for a very long time. When I was growing up, you could get killed for a jacket, a pair of shoes, you got a nice car, you got a girlfriend that somebody else wants. You can get killed for that. You can get killed for disrespecting a brother. Respect? It's hard to beg for respect. I'm always saying that. It's hard to beg for respect because you're not going to get it. You're certainly not going to get it if you have to beg for it. And you cannot ask for respect on your knees. And pretty much that's where the black community has been for a long time, on its knees. On its knees. And apparently, a lot of them want to stay there. So let's talk about, we are victimizing the girls before they even reach 18. If they live, I mean, a lot of them have been caught in crossfire like little young black boys in daddy's car, sprayed with bullets. The kid dies, daddy escapes. How does that happen? It's a miracle. I don't think that's a miracle. That's a tragedy. And we all know it. So until the black community decides that it's going to pull it together and really further its own prosperity, gain infrastructure in its own community, the whole reparations business is out the window because you're just going to be throwing money at crap. You're going to be throwing money at a community that is not willing to help itself because half of the community is doing the most to destroy it. Now, this was a good outsourcing deal. You don't have to pay them, and they're destroying their own community outright. They're destroying their own families. Some of them are even killing their parents. Okay, Davion, Dayquil, Nightquill, whoever, I need you to get a job. Pow! Bullet to the brain. Bullet to the brain. You told me to get a job. I can't do it. Bullet to the brain. Hmm. How does that happen? How does that happen? Who is responsible for that? The person responsible is the person who pulled the trigger. I don't care if they pulled the trigger in Oakland, Compton, Chicago, South Side, Baltimore, the Bronx, anywhere in the South, Cleveland, Milwaukee. Really, that the person who pulled the trigger, no matter what city they're in, that's the person responsible. I refuse, as a Black woman, to take responsibility for anything they do. No one else should. Neither should you, really, when you think about it. Are you out there randomly shooting Black women, pregnant Black women and children? No, no, you're not doing it. But who is? Look at who is pulling the trigger. That person is the problem. Now, another part of the problem is, the Black women who go out there and march, no justice, no peace. Okay, it's hard to say that when other communities are looking at you saying, here we go, your dudes are doing the most. The families aren't intact. There are even Black men who are advocating polygamy simply because they want more putang. It's not like they have real jobs or anything. They just want more. They want to be sultans and sitting in the sandbox with nothing to show. Now, I could then start on the sexually transmitted infections rate. Okay? Don't get me started on that one because we have the highest rate going. And actually, sexually transmitted infections have risen across the board with every group. But boy, here we are. Black males are doing the mostest. The mostest. They want to call themselves red pillars or whatever, the manosphere. Oh, good grief. They're not men. In order to, you can't call yourself a member of the manosphere when you're not even a man to begin with. Who's pulling the triggers? Who's pulling the triggers on the South Side? New Orleans, Charlotte. Who's pulling the trigger? Who's doing the killing? So I will not put my fist up for anybody. I'm not a marcher. The next time somebody tells me, well, we need to go out and march. No, no, no. I do not want to ruin my nice Nikes, for one. Number two, I will put those Nikes on and I will go to a coffee shop, Starbucks, anywhere, and watch the marchers go by. Because no one is admonishing the trigger man, or in many cases, the trigger boy. Everybody can't have a mixtape. Everybody can't rap. And a lot of them can't anyway. But everybody wants to rap, but nobody wants to have, a regular day job. Well, okay, fine. If you don't want a day job, start a real legitimate business. We don't know how to do that. Oh, well, that's hard. We can't cause the white man, the white girl. Really? I have been a victim of this racism stuff all my life, but I've never considered myself a victim, even when I was, because I want to be respected and I want to still try. So I don't take it. I do not believe in that. We have some of the most innovative people in the world in our population. and the Black American population with some of the most innovative, ingenious stuff that's going on. But everybody wants to do a mixtape, okay? So that I guess he can get a woman with a BBL. I mean, really, what is this? What is this? It's silliness. It's a community of people who are living in fantasy land, fantasy island, and not wanting to face the truth about their men and boys and the attitudes that the young women have, because basically the young women have such low self-esteem, it's not even funny. It's sick and sad. You want to do some reparations? Okay, for some of you who really are into the reparations thing, send a whole truckload of psychiatrists and psychologists to these blighted Black communities. And you will find something really, really real. Okay? So, well, that's a big case of outsourcing, and you've done a good job with that. I wish you hadn't. I wish it were not this way, but this is the truth. This is the truth. It's not nature. I mean, really, really, really. You have to come up in a community that coddles you and gives you no accountability for anything you do. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the fact that these young boys are groomed to be men who expect people to do stuff for them. Give them respect that they're not even due. They want respect, but they don't want to respect anyone else. And that is the real problem, isn't it? Until next time, Ebony Phoenix is out.